Welcome to Worship Artistry. I'm Nick, and I'm with
Jason.
Jason, man. It's really good to like intro this and not let you do it for once.
Yeah, it was actually kind of nice for me. It took me a second.
I'm gonna be honest. I almost said, "Hey, welcome to Worship Artistry. I'm Jason."
You're a better looking version.
Not at all. I am babyface to the bone right now. But so we're just gonna go over something really quick with you guys that we were talking about the other day.
Yes, we talk a lot.
We talk way too much.
That's where all these videos come from.
Yeah, exactly.
We should do a video on that.
Oh, yeah, we talked about that. But we were just playing guitars, actually, and Jason was like, I noticed you do this thing. Could you teach me that? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. It's really easy, actually. And so we just kind of figured I'd try to teach Jason this thing on camera and see if it would be valuable to you.
And find out if I actually can learn now.
Yeah, right. See if he's actually good at the guitar.
I don't know.
So basically, this is the riff that I'm going to get to, but I'll show you how I found it. So I'm just going to choose these notes really anywhere. Because it works anywhere.
Sure.
It's just...
I mean, as long as they're in the right key.
Correct. Yeah. Well, there's no key right now. So. But basically, it's just whole steps. You know, it's like... And then you just kind of put it together.
Right.
So how I like to put those 6 notes together, again, it's literally this. I like to kind of like... I don't really know what to call it, but just give it some like... shimmy and shake.
Sure. What key are you in? I can't see you. You're facing them, so.
So literally, it's just. And then on the E string, those 6 notes. That's
you know what's
it.
crazy to me is I forever have been very comfortable in that position.
Yeah.
I'll sit here and all that kind of stuff. I never play that note.
Never play that note.
I forget that that's even there.
But you'll
I
play
think I think
E.
at some point in my guitar playing, I learned that, like, in fact, I bet you.
That's funny.
Right in that zone, and then I learned that I could hear it, but I never think to, even though I know that note's there, I don't think about it that way.
Yeah,
because my brain's broken.
Right, yeah.
It's just stuck in that rut.
And I think that's where I found it, actually, because I was kind of in a rut like that you're talking about, and I was like, I just need to try to do other things. And I started watching all these other guitarists, and I was like, chromatic. Okay, I'll try something like that. And then I think it just happened. It was a happy accident that I was like...
I just think that sounds so cool.
It is. It's just so pretty sounding to me. And you can...
You said skis on me there.
I did. Close.
Play it one more time.
Yeah. So literally, it's the same everywhere. It's this,
right.
Any 6 notes you want to choose. It doesn't matter. I just changed the key again. Then, so literally, so I guess you can start like that.
Okay, yeah. So it's like kind of using that.
Yeah, and then just. Then one. Yep.
Yeah. I think it's the fact that it. Not quite.
Close, yeah.
But the right idea.
Yeah.
Yep. I think it's that. I don't think to do that.
Yeah.
I always think to do this.
Yep.
And so if I think.
Because, yeah, you can use those types of things anywhere. But with this one, you definitely want to be like.
Yeah. I'm not a good.
Yeah, some people, when I've taught them this, they land right here.
Right.
Versus, because you got to have that, like, I guess that'd be like dissonance.
And that's how you're finishing it out?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yep. So, yeah. I think the thing I like about it is that.
Yeah.
It's that.
Yep.
It's all kinds of stuff you can do with
all
that.
All kinds of stuff. And
I think I played it differently every time.
Yeah.
Even though it's the same notes.
Yeah, the same notes, but it still sounded cool. And it's like the same kind of gist. And so I think really the coolest thing about it is what you're saying is like that whatever, is that dissonance? I don't know. But like. Yep. And so I've had one lesson in my life, and it was from a guy named Sean Price, and he was teaching me about flourishings. And that's kind of where this came from then, because basically how he explained a flourishing, I don't really know what it is still, but it's just kind of like the dressing, or like kind of like how you finish something, or if like you're kind of messing up a little bit, you can kind of do that and add a little flair to it. And so I was just trying to do some solos and get better at lead guitar, and I noticed when I do a major scale, this is how I do a major scale. So I'm landing on one of those notes.
Right.
So,
well, the thing that I love about the way that you play, and it's the way, like, I've known this exists forever. Like, I remember probably when I was 17 years old, realizing that, oh, okay, like,
yeah,
that works.
Yeah.
But I don't have the biggest hands.
Sure.
And so I was always much more comfortable.
Yeah.
Right? And even though I'm playing the same notes, they come across differently.
Yeah, yeah.
And when you're trying to do fast stuff, like,
order does matter.
that makes a difference.
Yeah, yeah.
And so it's like you have such a natural way into that. And then it's like, it seems like it sets your brain just going in that direction.
Yeah. I will say it wasn't natural for me at first. It was very hard. That stretch was, I couldn't do it.
It is hard. I'm like, ow.
So literally for probably like 2 months, I couldn't do like that, like in G, and definitely not in F. But anymore, it's really easy because I've learned it's all about hand placement.
Yep.
Not like how much you can stretch. Stretching is very valuable, but how much you can rearrange your hand
forward, right?
Yeah. And one thing I found out, playing like this is cool, right? It looks good for camera.
Right.
Do here.
Like classical.
Yeah, and you can get so, like, look at this stretch now. And I play chords like that every once in a while. And I'm like, how am I doing this? I have neuropathy and it hurts, but man, I could do it.
Oh, I know. I mean, it's always funny to me, because, I grew up in the grunge era.
Yeah.
You got guitar as low as you can get it, man.
Yeah.
So every time I see somebody like up here, but they're just shredding out of their minds, you're like, form over fashion.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I used to, because I was in a metal band starting, and we did the same thing. It was like past my knees, my guitar was like, and then we'd play with some jazz players. They'd be like, oh, that's cute, huh? Like,
but I've seen plenty of metal guys do that. They'll have it way up there, and they got one. As long as you put one foot up on the amp,
that's all that matters.
It works fine.
It looks cool, yeah. But yeah, so I mean, it wasn't natural until I started learning about like my hand position and how, okay, because it feels comfortable here, doesn't mean it's going to look the same up here.
Right.
And that's the same with my picking hand too. Just because like I pick, like this, doesn't mean when I speed pick, it's going to be the exact same kind of way I hold it.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, whenever you're thinking about lead work, we always get in these well-worn paths where it's like, I know the runs that I always do.
Yeah.
And, people will try and sell you on, but if you learn this scale, all of a sudden this will unlock everything for you.
Right, yeah.
But for me personally, I find that just learning what somebody else is doing, that opens up it kind of breaks those pathways. I was learning a John Mayer tune. I was trying to learn this guitar solo.
You were telling me, how's it going?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, I probably can't play it now because I haven't practiced it in a little bit.
You're not warmed up, right?
Yeah, but I had it, and I really worked it because I was just like, I want it to be exactly like that, because what that did is it actually broke the things that I do naturally, because they were slightly different, and then all of a sudden, I'd start playing lead on something else, and I'd start using some of those. Yeah. Even not the same riffs, but some of the same rhythms and that kind of thing.
Kind of ideas.
Right. And so I listen to that and I go, that's great. I'm going to play around with that a ton. And I'm going to adapt it to whatever I'm doing. And then it becomes one other tool in my toolkit.
Right. Yeah.
And we don't need to, I don't need to memorize the Aeolian mode and whatever. I mean, I know those. Sure. I do know those.
I believe you do.
But in terms of actually just kind of taking that next little step, just learning what other people do, will just completely expand what you play.
I talked to so many guitarists, and they're like, so how do you learn, Nick? And I was like, I watch people. I like try to learn how they play. And they're like, I never do that. I only write my own stuff. You'll never learn.
Right. You're going to keep making, you're going to keep writing the same thing.
And that's fine if you're into that. But if you want to progress, you can't do that, really. You can watch people and then make your own things and adapt the things you've done. Now, don't just steal it,
right?
Like note for note or something. But
anything that you bring in outside of what you normally do will inspire you to do other things.
That's true. Absolutely.
I know, I said, I like to write songs.
Yeah.
Well, I know that I'm going to go through a dry spell in songwriting when I'm not listening to music.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's not like I'm listening to it saying, okay, this is what they're playing and I'm going to do the same thing. It's some rhythm inspires or something a guitar player does, or you just kind of grab onto those things and that launches you into something else.
Yeah.
And so get those other influences.
Absolutely. Gosh, I used to think I didn't want to listen to music because I didn't want to be influenced. Because I remember I was trying to write this like 5-song EP, never did. And I didn't want to be influenced by other things. And so I was like, I have this plan.
It's got to come out of the air.
Yes, exactly. It's
from my soul.
From the ether.
Yeah.
And just, it's there all of a sudden. And guess what never happened? That, like the songs never got made, never got created until I started learning about like that kind of music, not just desiring to play it.
Right.
Because what I would do, and I think I spoke about this in another tone versus technique video we did, I was trying to play Stevie Ray Vaughan with a metal amp and, a metal guitar versus a Stratocaster, single coils, and like a Fender kind of sounding amp and a tube screamer. I didn't know like I needed that sound to get that. I just thought it was bad and I was bad.
Yeah.
It's not the case. It's not the case for you either. You just maybe need to just take a step back, slow down, work on your technique, work on your tone a bit, and then just have fun with it, which is the worst advice, I think. Because what is having fun? I thought I was having fun, and you told me I sounded bad. You know what I mean, though? So it's like, I don't know, try to have fun with it. It's really funny. I edit a lot of different music and people and stuff, and whenever Jason and I do stuff and I have the wrong labels on Logic or whatever, I'm always like, I just need to listen. Jason plays a certain way, and I play a certain way.
Which I love.
Yeah.
I think that's the coolest thing. It's like that's what we bring to the table. That's what makes each player unique.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that you shouldn't learn other techniques.
Correct. Yeah. Just
because you'll just adapt it into what you're doing.
Yeah, because I'm so excited to like see how you,
Next video, I'm going to show you my cool thing that I make.
all the wrong notes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to see how you use that because it won't be the same as mine, even if it's like the same kind of order of notes.
Yep.
It'll just be different somehow. This riff was really, really easy. It took a lot of time to come up with, but I did, once I finally did, it just really clicked for me. And like literally, you can do it in any key. You can do it anywhere. So what I have found is that it really follows the major scale at the end, and you can fit it in a nice way. It's very tasteful. I mean, there you go. You're getting it there. But if you, like Jason, practice, even for 5 more minutes with this riff, you will get it, I promise you. And on Sunday morning, you're going to really just send them over the edge. It's going to be great.
It's when the Holy Spirit will arrive.
That's right, yeah. When you learn this riff.
Yeah, that's right, 100%.
We're kidding, by the way.
Yeah,
but
100%.
But yeah, thanks for stopping by and watching. If you want to learn anything else like this, just let us know. Maybe we can throw up a tab for you or something if you're having trouble seeing it. But we'll see you in the next one.